It's 5 lights now, and it's lights out, and away we go. We get an alright start there, but Smithy City flies past us, as does Big Z up the inside. So I don't think that was a lag start. I think everyone else just got very good starts as we head down towards turn 1. We have to leave Big Z the space on the inside, but we're going to try and claim the apex for turn 2 and get a better exit. But Smithy's kind of blocked us off there, which allows Big Z to go around the outside and maintain the position. If you've got Corbs up into 4 right now, with Smithy just ahead in the lead at the end of lap 1. And Midget's dived it up the inside, which is poor defending from me there, but a good move from him nonetheless to get it stopped nicely. And that is not what we wanted here, really. We've gone from 1st to 4th in 1 lap. As we come down towards turn 1, we're going to go up the inside of both of them. Smithy moves towards me, and that makes me completely miss my braking point there, as I run very deep. Luckily, I still managed to get it stopped, and I haven't lost too much time, as Smithy and Midget are trying to go side by side, and there's been contact. They've got stuck together, and then Corpse has caused even more contact. Dropped to 2nd now. Can we maintain it ahead of Midget as we come down towards turn 1? No, we can't. Midget takes P2 then. And now, will we try the same move into the penultimate corner? We're much closer this lap. He runs wide. We're going to chuck it up the inside. There's a very good move there. No lockups whatsoever. And this time, we managed to claim the apex and the exit. And now, he sort of chops us off there as we open the DRS, and we're in the wall. We've lost our wing. Where is Big C? We need to get this turned around quickly as possible, because if we lose the win here, that could be catastrophic. But we managed to get it turned around now, shifting up through the gears nicely, not opening the DRS again, and we come across the line to win. Hey guys, FMWise26 here. Welcome to highlights of round 3 of season 11 AOR GP2 on the Xbox One here at Bahrain. And we're here at Bahrain because to make sure the season was finished in reasonable time for when we think F1 2016 is going to be released, we had to cut 4 rounds, and China was one of them. So we're here at Bahrain for round 3, and we're on our quali lap now, and I must apologise for the poor video quality on the qualifying lap. It's not amazing, but you can just about see what's going on, so it should be alright. I do fix it for the race. It's something to do with Bahrain and the floodlights ruining the camera quality. But as you can see, we've had a pretty solid first sector so far, clipping all the apexes, and we're 2 tenths up on Big C, who's currently on provisional pole his time, as we take a good line through there. A bit too much curb though, maybe, which unsettled the car. Coming into turn 9, clipping that apex nicely and getting on the power early before this difficult double left-hander. Very easy to lock up here, which we do only a little bit though, as we manage to catch the car quite nicely, getting the car turned in as we open the DRS, coming down the back straight now. We've only got a few corners to go, and we need to hook them up, because this is my last chance, because I've already messed up 1 lap where I extended. Nice line through there, maybe a bit too much curve once again, as we come through this flat right hand if you get a good line, which we just about managed to do, going into the 3rd sector, and we're 5 tenths up on Big C. So unless we have a massive bottle job, we should be getting provisional pole at the moment as we put it up into rich mix, although I think we were already. Coming towards the final corner now, should be braking just as the white line appears, down into 3rd gear, clipping that apex. Don't run too wide there or it will invalidate your lap, as we're coming towards the line now, opening the DRS, and the time is going to be a 1:31.2. And as you can see, we got pole by 6 tenths ahead of Big Z, with Smithy City in 3rd, Midget in 4th, and Stubborn Gymnast in 5th. So then, as you can see, there's Matt23 1985, who didn't join in time for quali, in last as he didn't set a time. Then Super Joshi 9 in 10th, Infinity in 9th, my teammate, Sean Conway 8th, Scott in 7th, 6th Corbs, 5th Stubborn Gymnast, and then the top 4 there. So I think this race is going to be quite close. My race pace in practice wasn't good, as you can see. Jeff is suggesting that we do a 3-stop, which I don't think is correct. I think we're going to go for a 2-stop here, as that was the quickest option in practice, although you do have to manage your tyres well, as if you don't, there's a possibility of them exploding, but if they don't explode, you will lose a lot of time at the end of the stints. So it should be option prime option, or option prime, or if the tyres go off, option prime prime. But let's see what we can do in the race. So then we've got the lights coming on now, putting it down into lean 4 lights, 5 lights now, and it's lights out, and away we go. And we've got a lag start once again. I've had a look at Big C's footage from 2nd, and he was released before us, so we're still in P1 for the moment, but we've dropped to P2 as Smithy City cuts across us there. I think he got tapped from Midget, but we managed to switch back him, and we're still in P2 as Midget runs wide in the background there. I'm not sure what happened there, but Big C leads out of turn 1 ahead of me and Smithy City. I think we've got Corbs or Stubborn Gymnast back in 4th, and Smithy's going up our inside here. We have to leave him the space, and we managed to maintain it with better traction round the outside. So, not a great start, but obviously lag had something to do with that, but luckily we're still in 2nd, unlike last race where we were down to 4th at one point. So let's get about catching Big C and see if we can get a chance to pass him. Now, good line through there. Obviously, as I said, my race pace wasn't amazing, so we'll see if we do have the pace to keep up with Big C, but we seem to be doing a good job so far. And also, if you remember last race, I was one of the few people who actually went for a 2-stop, so I wonder if it will be the same here and the others will want to go for a 3-stop, which might leave me changing my strategy around just to cover off them instead of going for the 2-stop, what I think is quicker. So we have to lift off the throttle through there due to the dirty air from Big C, as we've messed up our braking point and gears through there, which means he gets a much better exit. Luckily we're just far enough ahead of Smithy for it not to matter too much. So coming to the end of lap 1, not the greatest start as previously mentioned, but we're keeping with Big C as we run a bit wide there. So if we can just stick with him, we can wait for him to make a mistake, or if we have the straight line speed over him, we can get past. But obviously, I was running 2-1 wings for this race. I'm not sure what everyone else was running, but we're going around the outside of Big C into turn 1. He's held it up the inside as I broke reasonably early, but I think we should get the line through turn 2 and take back P1. But no, he's got a better exit despite taking a more compromised line, and he is up into P1 once again. We're going to try and go around the outside into turn 4 now. As he's understeered into us, there's a bit of contact there. I have to touch the brakes, and that has allowed Smithy back through into 2nd. Midget appears to have dropped back. Actually, no, Midget was taken out at the start, so he's just managed to make his way back up into 4th. My apologies there, as we think about a move into turn 9 there. But that wasn't really meant to be a move, but he left the door open, which left us both getting poor exits, but he maintains P2 as we come down into the difficult double left-hander there. He's locked up, whereas we can take a nice cutback line as he leaves the apex open for us, and we fill it with our car and take back P2 here on lap 2. Now then, cutting onto lap 3, we've got a poor exit out of turn 2, and Smithy is right on the back of us with the slipstream once again. This makes me think that he's potentially running 1-1 wings because he has much more straight line speed, but we're going to leave him the space at the inside. He pokes it up there, but we managed to maintain the drive round at the outside of the corner and keep the position going into the S section there. Fortunately, we run a bit wide and get another warning there, so we need to watch out for that because that's 2 warnings in 3 laps. But now at the end of lap 4, we've left Smithy behind and we've caught up to Big Z, and DRS will now be active, so maybe we can take the lead back for the first time as we open the DRS now, setting the fastest lap of the race as we do so, and we're into P1. Look at the straight line speed. So we have some good straight line speed despite our potentially high wings that I thought I might be running, but we've got P1 back, and as you can see, Midget and Smithy are battling with the positions changing a bit there. But Big C once again has the better speed through here down to the slipstream, so we're going to leave him the space on the inside, but we managed to hook it up, ran the outside, back into P1 then here on lap 5 as he lost the back end there. Now at the end of lap 7, Stubborn Gymnast is up into 3rd. I think Smithy has come into the pits, now, as has Midget, and let's see, does Big C come into the pits? Yes, he does. So my original strategy was to go to lap 9, but that will leave us open to a huge undercut, so at lap 8 we decide to react to Big C's decision from the previous lap, and we're going to come in for a set of prime tyres for this middle stint. I'm not sure what tyres Big C's on at this point. I should have probably checked the race director, but I forgot to, or chose not to. So coming into the stop, Sauber Crew, what have you got for us? It's 2.4, it's alright. I'll take that. Hopefully we can maintain the position ahead of Big C as Matt 23 1985 goes past us. He started on the prime, so that's why he's extending his stint a little bit. So we maintain the lead at the moment, well, the net lead, because obviously we're actually in 2nd on track, but that doesn't matter because Matt is going to be coming in a few laps. But now at the end of lap 9, we have failed to get away from Big C enough, so he'll be in the DRS. Also, we haven't caught up Matt enough, so we won't be getting DRS on this lap, at least. So Big C is in the slipstream. He's got the DRS. He's actually quite far back, surprisingly. So I think we should be safe as we come into turn 1. But he tries a late dive which leave the door open to him, obviously, because we don't want any contact, as he manages to hook it up, run that outside there. So a great move from him. I'm not sure if I was just early on the brakes or he was very late. I seem to be quite early braking into turn 1, but coming into turn 4, we chuck it back up the inside. A bit of a lock up there, but I think he will have the better drive to hang it around the outside, and we don't want to be going side by side through here. As you saw there, he was on the prime tyres, so he's going for the same strategy as me, unless he's going for a 3-stop and trying to get a short prime stint out of the way. But we've caught up rapidly to Matt now, whose tyres must be going off. And now, at the start of Sector 3, Beasley's gone for an audacious move, and he's forced Matt off the track there. Matt almost rejoins on top of me. We're going to put it up to Rich, but then think better of it. We lift off the throttle there, because we want the DRS coming down onto lap 11. So we're going to chuck it up the inside anyway, as we are alongside. Beasley thinks about turning in, but then thinks better of it. So that should give us the better drive off the corner, but no, Bigsy has better immediate drive. But we've now got the DRS as he moves towards us and we move towards him there, so that was a nasty collision almost, but we've got an illegal overtake because there were yellow flags. We've run wide as we were distracted by that. Obviously that penalty would have been removed if we had maintained the position, but we locked up and Bigsy has got P1 back for the time being. So Matt has come into the pit, so it's now the net race order of Bigsy, myself and Stubborn Gymnast, who I believe is on options for the stint, so he's going for a bit of an alternate strategy, and we'll see if he can chuck anything in the mix as we come to the end of lap 11. This time we choose not to go up Bigsy's inside into the final corner, and he's got a great exit this time. We're struggling for exits, maybe he has his car set up for traction, but now with the DRS, we're going to go up the inside. We have to touch the brakes there as he moves across us aggressively, but no harm done as we manage to take the lead into turn 1 now. And could that be the end of this battle? I'm sure it won't be, because unless he makes a mistake, I think he'll be coming back at some point later in the lap. So putting it up into standard to protect our position into turn 4, and I think that fuel mix trick has actually worked, as he hasn't come steaming up our own side this time. So maybe they were just using hard fuel mixes at that point in the race. So we remain in P1 as we actually set a green Sector 1 for ourselves. We remain in P1 for the time being, but we've got a poor run through there, and Bigsy chucks it up the inside, but we're going to pull off a pretty nice switchback, if I do say so myself, to take P1 back. We're still side by side though, but he chooses to back out as he thinks that going side by side through those corners would not be the greatest idea. That does give him DRS, however, but we've got a good exit for once, so we can maintain P1. And now on lap 15, as you can see, Stubborn Gymnast has actually moved up into second. So as you can see, looking behind us, he's got the move done on Bigsy into the final corner. So that means he'll be after us, especially on option tyres. But I suspect they're a bit worn now. And at the end of lap 17, the gap hasn't changed much, and he now comes into the pits. We're going to stay out for another 2 laps. And on lap 18, we've caught up to Sean Conway, who is in 9th place and second to last at the moment. I think he lost his wing at some point. So he gets nicely out of the way there and gives us a bit of slipstream as well. And now, 1 lap later, lap 19, we're coming into the pits. I think Bigsy, who's behind us, is also coming into the pits to put on a set of options to go the remaining 10 laps to the end. It's just about doable from my practice race. You lose a lot of time on the last lap, however, if you haven't been managing your tyres properly. So luckily we have a reasonable lead at the moment, so hopefully we won't need to be pushing too hard as we put on the set of options there. Coming out of the pit lane now, we're quite a way ahead of Bigsy, but Gymnast got a 2-lap undercut, so we need to watch out for that as we see where we are, as Bigsy looks a bit closer there, but he had the pit glitch where he just goes full throttle through the pit, so he'll lag back into his correct position in a minute. As you can see, we're ahead of Stubborn Gymnast for the moment. You saw his car just as we looked back there. So we've got a comfortable lead, and now on lap 23, we've caught up to Sean Conway again. So he gets nicely out of the way once again, and we are able to continue on our way. And if no dramas happen, that should be it for the end of the race, as we've got a reasonable lead ahead of Bigsy. So then, the final lap of the race, as there's a yellow flag for some reason, and there's a car off there. I think that's my teammate. I think he lost the back end and binned it into the wall. But that doesn't matter, because we come across the line to take our 3rd win in a row here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. Pole position, race win, and the fastest lap. As you can see on the podium there, we, Felipe Nasser, are celebrating ahead of Bigsy and Stubborn Gymnast. And that was a great drive from myself, in my opinion. I think I drove better here than I did in Australia. Some good battles with Bigsy and Smithy for a time. But let's have a look at the full race results in a minute, which does mean we have a big lead in the championship now. We now have 24 points ahead of Bigsy, who's in second, and so we have a race win at least over everyone else. So looking at the race results, as you can see, not many people got a penalty this week. Myself, Big C, Scott, Smithy City, and Sean Conway mentioned for not getting a penalty, but I won the race ahead of Big C, Gymnast Midget. Matt, starting from the back, came home for 5th, Scott in 6th, Smithy in 7th, and Super Joshi in 8th. So that was a good race from myself, some good action throughout, and thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next week for the Spanish Grand Prix. Goodbye.